Hey everybody, welcome to your special January Perfect Timing Prosperity Horoscope with me, Stella Wilde. So I've had a lot of questions about my Perfect Timing Prosperity Calendar and Video Horoscope that is for sale on my website. So I thought the best way to explain everything for you is to put together a special video and also give you the full month of January free here on the channel so that you can see for yourself exactly the value of the product and how it can help you manifest more success, prosperity, joy, and happiness within your own business so that you can use the energies and not let them use you. So I will leave a link in the description of where you can purchase the entire year calendar. The monthly video horoscopes are dripped out several months in advance. So just so you know that up front. Let's get into it. Let me show you exactly what it's all about with your Perfect Timing Prosperity Calendar and monthly video horoscope. Thanks for watching. Okay, so the first thing that's really exciting about the calendar is that it is color coded. So you can just look at it and know the green areas, yeah, we are good to go to make some traction with our plans. We have a yellow, we got to be a little cautious. And then we have some red areas where may not be a good idea to do certain things. We also have purple coded areas in the calendar where there is an opportunity to really use those energies and bring some benefit to yourself in perhaps, a unique way. But as you know, I'm all about using the energy. So that is the motivation behind this calendar. And the calendar is specifically designed so that you do not have to have any astrological knowledge to benefit from the energies. When you purchase the Perfect Timing Prosperity Calendar and Video Horoscope, you do have access to it on my website in your library for the entire full calendar year. Okay, so let's get into the video horoscope. Hey everybody, happy January. Oh my goodness, can you believe we're talking about January 2022 already? Let's get into it. Okay. So I'm going to break down the energies here for you for your month ahead. Remember, if you have any questions about what I'm sharing with you, feel free to leave them in the comment below the video. All right. So let's first get into the fact that Jupiter is in Pisces as we begin the new year. So Jupiter entered Pisces December 29th, 2021. It takes Jupiter 12 years to go around the whole astrological chart. So if you are a Pisces, this is your year, okay? Excuse me. Or if you have some sort of important energy in Pisces, like if it's your rising sign, if your moon is there, if your Venus is there, your Mercury, you can absolutely have a little bit of an edge over the rest of us with Jupiter in Pisces, okay? Because Jupiter is the planet of opportunity and luck and expansion and teaching and knowledge. It's a beautiful energy. Of course, Jupiter has its downside as well, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But and it doesn't mean just because Jupiter is in Pisces that everybody else, isn't going to have good luck. No, it just means that Pisces in particular may have a little bit of an edge. All right, but we can all benefit from the Jupiter and Pisces energy. And in fact, I would encourage you to go back and look at the period of May 13th to July 28th of 2021 and see what was going on for you then. Because Jupiter did stick his big toe, as I like to say. He stuck his big toe in Pisces back at that time period. So themes that developed then may also, kind of resurface during Jupiter's transit in Pisces this time around in 2022. Now, Jupiter is going to go into Aries as well, but that's not until May. So we'll deal with that when we talk about May's energies in a couple months. But Aries people also will be getting a boost from Jupiter this year. Or again, if you have any significant energies in Aries in your personal birth chart. All right, so Jupiter and Pisces, right? So expanding our imaginations, our creative capacity, and dreaming bigger. These are all energies associated with Pisces, but also, interestingly enough, associated with Jupiter as well. Jupiter back in the old-timey days, like going way, way back in astrology, was the ruler of Pisces. So Jupiter does have a natural affinity for being in this sign. And Jupiter, like Pisces, is about expansion, imagination, creativity, dreaming bigger, all right? But also Pisces is about empathy and feelings, deep feelings and empathy. So one of the ways to think about using this for your business, the cat just jumped on the desk here, so if you hear some other noises, I apologize. Well, one of the ways to think about using these energies, these Piscean and Jupiterian energies, is how you can use empathy to put yourself in your clients' or your customers' shoes. Okay, that's going to be a key to success while Jupiter's in Pisces. When Jupiter's in Aries, like I said, we'll talk about that then, but there may be another approach. All right, but for now, from now until May 10th, you want to really be thinking about that. All right, and I'm going to touch on that a little bit later as well. But also for yourself as a business owner, business person, entrepreneur, whatever, how can you tune into the natural flow of your energy? Because that's what Pisces is about. It's about intuitive flow, not forcing anything, but also not avoiding or escaping, because Pisces is sometimes associated with that energy as well. Okay, so embrace your natural cycles of action and rest. This is key to your success as well, using this energy. All right, so as I said, Pisces, because it's a mutable sign, it can sometimes be accused of being flaky. All right, and I say that with all love. I mean, every sign has its positives and its not so positives. But here's the thing, using it for business, right? It's important not to overpromise, because Jupiter can make you do that. All right, Jupiter's like, big spender, big vision, big gambler, big, big, like overpromising. So don't overpromise, especially in Pisces, because you want to help everybody, right? And then you flake out when the pressure level gets too high, it gets too intense, you realize you overpromise. So be really attuned to that energy this year. And also your boundaries, very important. You can still be expansive in a defined field of vision. Boundaries, sometimes, the right boundaries can actually make us a little more innovative and creative, oddly enough. And you can become more productive within a flexible container. Think about it that way. So, as long as the boundaries of the container are flexible, at least they're still there. All right, so know your limits when Jupiter is in Pisces is my best advice. All right, people in the healing arts and coaching, the film industry, cosmetics, anything to do with the water, essential oils, nonprofit organizations, spiritual pursuits, creative writing, etc. are just a few career areas that may see an added boost this year with Jupiter in Pisces. Okay, but again, that doesn't mean people in other walks of life can't benefit from this energy, but those in particular may have an added boost. The key to success, as I mentioned before, is the empathy part. In whatever ways you can manifest that feeling in your customer or client of being totally understood, that's the key. How do you make them feel totally understood? That's what will end up benefiting you enormously in this transit. So constantly check your products, your services, your offers, etc. in terms of how your clients truly interact with them, not how you think they interact with them, and how they really truly feel about your customer experience, the journey you take them on. As the great Neville Goddard said about manifestation, feeling is the secret. And this is our mantra for Jupiter in Pisces success. Feeling is the secret. All right, and empathy also. We'll throw that in there. Okay, now here's another really important energy that's happening. And it already started back on December 19th, 2021. We got Venus retrograde. Now, this is not optimal to start the new year. Everybody wants to hit the ground running, make money, do your projects, and Venus is retrograde. And Mercury's also retrograde a little later on in the month as well. So this is kind of like great, right? All right. And in any case, I'm going to link an article from my blog, which is all about Venus retrograde. It's not that long, so you can check that out if you want. I'll leave it in the description, for our video here. But basically, in a nutshell, Anytime something's retrograde, any planet's retrograde, we're dealing with a slowdown. So restrictions, delays, that type of thing. So, but does that mean the world stops and we just don't do anything? No, it means we have to learn how do we work with the energy. As I mentioned in my sales page and in other places, I got Capricorn rising. So it's like, for me, it really is about how can we practically make the best of whatever circumstance that we are in. That is Capricorn. So, all right, Venus is retrograde. This is a good time. This is my Capricorn speaking. Because Venus retrograde isn't Capricorn. My Capricorn is saying it's a good time to reevaluate your financial commitments. This is very good. It's good to do that anyway, but especially at the start of this particular year to use this energy. Review your budgets for your business. Reflect on your personal business goals for 2022. Okay, now, I personally would not suggest launching anything new right now unless your product or service actually uses the Venus retrograde energy. So I'm going to give you an example because I like to work in concrete examples. All right, so for example, let's say you're a health coach. Okay, you might have people rethink their relationship with food, not from a dieting perspective. That's not gonna go too well. All right, but from the perspective of how they can build reflection into their eating habits. So retrogrades are about the rewords, and I have a bunch of them listed in the Mercury retrograde power planner. So check out that list. But that goes equally for the Venus retrograde. So reflect on your eating habits and maybe even eat from a more intuitive standpoint, like using the Jupiter and Pisces energy, which is a lot about spirituality and intuition. So instead of, launching something that's going to get people counting calories and being really restrictive or, something like that, don't eat these bad things. Instead, again, like I'm saying, more from an intuitive perspective of nurturing and rethinking in a gentle, loving way of how they can change their relationship with food. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. The other thing too is you want to pay attention to the fact that we also have Mercury retrograde. This is a classic time for rethinking. The Mercury retrograde is going to start in Aquarius and then it's going to go back into Capricorn. So here's an example of using that energy. You could perhaps launch a product that helps people reevaluate or streamline their use of technology, Aquarius, in more practical ways that can help their business while trimming costs. That's the Venus retrograde. So again, something maybe looking at their budget, how they can use a new tool for streamlining, but it also will save them money, something like that. These are just examples. Maybe you also do these things for your own business in some way. That's another good use of the energy. But as I say, I can't give every example under the sun, so I try to give a few and then apply the energy to your life and how that would fit your particular situation. All right, so as you may know, we have a new moon and a full moon every month. We have a new moon in Capricorn on January 2nd. And at new moons, we set our intentions for manifestation. It's a time for fresh starts, new beginnings. But everything's retrograde practically. That's what it's going to feel like, right? Venus is retrograde. Mercury's about to go retrograde on the 14th. So we may have to temper our expectations a little bit with this new moon. Now, the energy of the new moon is favorably aligned to Uranus retrograde in Taurus. And Venus retrograde is only 3 degrees away from a conjunction with Pluto. So what does all this mean? All right, what it means is you may be best served by setting an intention to be open to new ideas that arise out of the seeds or the weeds of the old. Maybe something did grow, but it grew a weed, right? The kernel of an idea may indeed be a golden nugget. I'm just going to mix metaphors here. But first, it needs a little polishing. This is the Pluto energy that's really in play this month also. So Pluto's about transformation, regeneration, cleaning things up, making them shiny and new again. So this energy also at this new moon ties into what's going on January 8th, when Venus retrograde is going to conjunct the sun. So at that time, that energy is also good for resurrecting a money-making idea, a service, a contract or a contact, a product from the past, and somehow repurposing it. So Capricorn energy doesn't want anything to go to waste. So go through your archives and find something you can repurpose and work on it during the Venus and Mercury retrogrades this month. So on the 23rd, when the sun is conjunct Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, you might get the next layer of inspired innovation for this idea that you rediscover on the 8th. And on the 29th, when Mercury retrograde teams up with Pluto in Capricorn, you may have transformed this resurrected money idea into something that could fill your coffers with cash and be a transformational experience for your clients or customers. Okay, so this is like multi-layers to work with this month with this particular Venus and Mercury retrograde energy hitting on Pluto and hitting on the sun. All right, but it's good energy to make use of. So not all is in vain just when things are going retrograde. All right. Now, there's a little bit of a sticky, I don't want to say sticky because I don't want to put that out into the universe. But let's just say that the energy of the 16th through the 18th is a little heavy. We'll just say it that way. So we have Sun conjunct Pluto on the 16th, the day before this full moon in Cancer on the 17th. And then we have Uranus getting ready to go direct in Taurus on the 18th. It's very powerful energy. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with other people. Keep your cool. Don't jump to conclusions. And be very aware of power plays, your own power plays, other people trying to make a power play. Just be alert to that energy. But let's get into it a little deeper. All right. Sun conjunct Pluto. It's deeply transformative. And in Capricorn, this is a lot about being inspired to do whatever it takes to achieve your goals. And, I just got to be honest with you. It can be a little ruthless. This energy can be. Because Capricorn is the goat. He will do nothing to, he will absolutely forge ahead until he reaches that mountaintop goal. Whatever gets in his way, who cares? He'll throw it off the mountain. Like, it's like ruthless like that. So this energy, it can be motivating, it can be debilitating, depending on your perspective and your patience levels and your temperament, of course. But use the Sun Pluto energy to work on deep transformation of your own feelings about your business, about your own business, especially since there's a full moon the next day. And you're going to feel that full moon even the day before. All right, so full moons make us very aware of what needs to change. Things come to a head. The full moon in Cancer is happening in the astrological 4th house, and the Sun conjunct Pluto is happening in the astrological 10th house. So when I say astrological house, what that means is Aries is the start of the astrological wheel, then Taurus, then Gemini, then Cancer, right? So that's the 4th house, and Capricorn. By the time we get to Capricorn, we're in the 10th house. So that's all that means in case you're not aware of that. All right, so we have the full moon in the 4th house, Cancer. And we have the Sun conjunct Pluto in the 10th house of career, calling, and change of status in life. So I would suggest at this full moon, use the energy to check in with your feelings. For example, you may want to ask yourself these questions. Does your business still feel like home? Whatever that means for you. Does something need to change in your home-based business? Have you found the right home for your business? Like maybe your website or your website platform or the actual place you have of business, if you have a brick and mortar location. What needs to evolve? That's the Capricorn energy of the Sun Pluto. All right, so the full moon is directly opposite this Sun Pluto conjunction, and oppositions are often about energy that needs to be balanced. So if you want to achieve your big goals, which is the 10th house Capricorn, how or what needs to be changed on a fundamental level? Your 4th house. 4th house energy, Cancer, we're talking about here, is also about what nourishes you, what feeds you, etc. And also our roots, right? So are the roots of your business truly supporting you? Use this energy to help you figure it all out. Uranus is going to station direct in Taurus on the 18th, meaning that it will start moving forward again. So Taurus is the second house of money and security. Uranus represents radical awakening and radical change. Uranus rules technology, electrical things, and eureka moments. The day a planet stations is when it is often at its most powerful. So be alert on the 18th to erratic shifts in energy, possible technology breakdowns, especially since Mercury is also retrograde, and your banking details, since Taurus rules our banking system and Mercury is retrograde as well. So just be alert to all of that. Okay. January 24th, Mars is going to move into Capricorn. This is what we call an exaltation in astrology. Excuse me. And what this means is that Mars really loves it in the sign of the goat, because Mars can be super ambitious, courageous, and disciplined as he scales new heights. Think of the GOAT acronym, greatest of all time. That is Mars exalted in Capricorn. So Mars wants to help you be the GOAT in your industry. So you got to get into the Capricorn groove, which means to direct your energy intentionally with perseverance and strategy, moving forward one step at a time every day, your eye on the prize, shirt sleeves rolled up, fresh pot of coffee brewing, using your genius to bring structure, common sense, and laser-focused clarity to your business and to your products and services and clients and customers. So there's going to be a lot of Capricornian energy also in play in February, which we'll talk about in the next video. But you can definitely hit the ground running and set yourself up for success in the coming months. I think using some of these strategies that I've mentioned here in this video. But just remember, because of the retrogrades, give yourself and give other people the benefit of the doubt as best you can, because there may be delays, there may be communication snafus, etc., and so on. So go slow, but don't stop moving forward. That's also the Capricorn. And, we're going to rock it out in February. All right. So have an awesome month. Take care. And I will see you again soon. Stella Wilde signing out.